Hi, welcome to the Energy 15 series, final week. This is the last session for Relax and Restore. So helping to calm our energies, bring about a sense of relaxation and rest. So we're going to, you might want to use a strap for a few bits of today's practice. If you've not got a strap, a dressing gown belt, something like that is ideal. You may want to use blocks or cushions. You might want to choose to use a bolster for a couple of poses, or a couple of fat cushions is fine. So we'll start just by seating in an easy cross-leg seat, however is natural for you. If you don't find sitting cross-legged comfy, please feel free to just let your legs rest out wherever is a comfortable position for you today. And just let your hands rest lightly on your knees. Maybe we roll out the shoulders a few times, taking them backwards and then back round the other way. And we can take our head round, gentle circles, don't strain it too far. 3 times back the other way. And then bring our shoulders up, back and down, allowing them to settle down away from the ears whilst keeping some length in your spine. Slight tuck in the chin, and just take a few deep breaths, maybe closing your eyes or just softening the gaze downwards, and allow your attention to come onto the breath. Onto the inhales and exhales. Just following the natural flow of breath, but inviting it to lengthen and deepen. And use those exhales to invite your body to relax and soften. Notice any areas of tension you may be holding. Just as you breathe in, take your awareness to that area, and as you exhale, just visualize it softening, releasing, the muscles relaxing. I thought we'd start today's practice by doing a little breathing exercise, a Nadi Shodana, alternate nostril breathing. As I've mentioned before, utilising pranayama breathwork exercises is one of the easiest ways to tap in to the side of your nervous system, the parasympathetic nervous system, also known as the rest and digest part. And using the breath helps to turn the dial of your nervous system away from that stress response and onto the calm, relax and rest and digest side. So alternate nostril breathing is a great practice to be able to do that anytime that you need to sort of calm things down. If you're feeling a little anxious, it's a great one to use. I think I did do it in the first of the energy series, so you might be familiar with it. So we take our right hand, or left hand if you're left-handed, and we're placing our thumb over our right nostril, just resting it lightly against the nostril to start with, and then take either your middle finger or your first finger or both, whichever feels natural to you, and just let that rest against the centre of your brow, point between your eyebrows, and then your little finger comes to your left nostril. And what we do is we inhale, one round is inhaling through the right, closing off the right nostril, releasing the left, exhaling through the left, closing off the left, inhaling back through the left, closing it off and exhaling through the right. So that's one round. We're inhaling through the right, closing the nostril, exhaling through the left, inhaling back through the left, closing the left nostril, exhaling through the right. So it helps to sort of visualize it like the breath going up and down two sides of a triangle, coming up one side, slight pause at the top point, and then out the other side, and then it comes back up and back down. So this is a great way of balancing the energy channels in our body, the two main ones that weave around the central energy channel, and it helps to balance them out and bring a cooling, relaxing effect. So we'll put our fingers resting where we're comfy, and then close the eyes, and then closing off the left nostril with this little finger, inhaling through the right, closing the right nostril, releasing, exhaling through the left, inhale back through the left, close it off and exhale through the right, inhale through the right, close it off, exhale through the left, inhale through the left, close it off, exhale through the right, inhale through the right, exhale through the left, inhale through the left, exhale through the right. Do two more, inhaling through the right, exhaling through the left, inhaling through the left, exhaling through the right. One more round, in through the right, exhale through the left, in through the left, and exhale through the right. And then bring your hands back to your knees and just take a moment breathing naturally through the nostrils, allowing the breath to settle back into its natural rhythm. Okay, so then we're just going to do a couple of leg stretches. It's a nice way to relax off the legs and the hips, particularly. We can hold quite a bit of tension in our hips. So this is where you want your strap or belt, and we're coming down to lying on our backs. Have our knees bent to start with. Just adjusting through your shoulders and upper back. Make sure you're nice and relaxed into the floor. Open up your strap, taking it in both hands, and bring it around the ball of your right foot, and then lengthen out the left leg. Just let that relax down, and then we're straightening up with the right leg. Have a soft bend in the back of your knee, so that you're not locking out through the knee. And then you bringing your leg up towards the ceiling, heel, base of your foot pointing towards the ceiling. And your strap is in both hands. You're not gripping on with any great force, it's just sort of supporting the position. And if you want to, you can use your breath. So when you exhale, you can try and just guide that leg a little bit nearer towards your chest, towards your armpit, but only come as far as is comfortable. You can feel a nice stretch down the back of your leg and down the sort of from the back of the knee round on this inner thigh, back and inner thigh. So it's good to feel a stretch, but you don't want to be feeling any pain. And then take your strap into the right hand, both straps in the right hand, and just bring your elbow down and allow your leg to come out to the side. So you're just supporting where it falls to with the hand and the strap. And again, you might want to try and guide it a little bit further upwards, or not, however it feels right for you today. And then bend at the knee and bring your leg back up to centre. Release the strap, maybe give that knee a hug in. Stretch that leg out, maybe window wiper your foot across to release it off. You might notice a slight difference in the right leg and the left leg. Sometimes it feels like the right leg is a little bit longer. So we'll even that out. Unfortunately, I think it's just a feeling and your leg isn't actually longer. Well, unfortunately for me, it'd be nice to have longer legs. So now we'll take the strap around the ball of the left foot, strap in both hands, bringing that leg up, and just take some nice breaths here. If you want to gently guide it in further towards your chest, have a go. Remember to stay relaxed through the back and the shoulders. And then taking the both straps into the left hand, right hand can just come down. And again, guiding it across to rest on your elbow, supporting that leg with the straps. And just bringing it out to the side to get a nice stretch down the inner thigh. It's also bringing mobility and opening of the hips. And then bend at the knee, bring it back to centre and remove your strap. Give that knee a little hug in. Lengthen out. And again, maybe window wipe your foot back and forth. Maybe do both feet. And then bring yourself, using your hands to bring yourself slowly up to seated, and then coming up to standing. We'll come into a wide-legged stance, so feet sort of, you can come quite a bit wider, just sort of feel where it's wide stance, but but you still feel you've got stability there. Keep that little soft bend in your knee. If you've got any blocks or books, you might want to put them in front of you, just below the central. So we're going to fold down. We can start with our hands on our hips, and then we're leading from the chest, hinging at the hips, flat back, to bring ourselves down. You can then support yourself either on the floor or on your blocks. And we'll keep that back flat, so we're in a half fold, but with wide legs. And just let your gaze down to the floor, just in front of your hands. And then move the left hand to be more central under your face. And inhale, raise up the right hand so that you're twisting round to the right. And then bring it back down, switch over, right hand under your face. Inhale, raise left to twist round to the left side. Bring that back down, and then just allow yourself to lower down. You can bring your hands to the floor. If you want to use a cushion or blocks to rest the head, the wider apart your legs are, the further you'll get down. So you can play around, try widening them a little. And just try and relax through the shoulders, through the back. If you don't want to bring your head all the way down to rest on something, you can just fold forward and just let the head hang. You could even take an elbow and an opposite elbow and just have a little swing from side to side. Let gravity do its thing. And then coming back to a half lift, so straightening out through the arms, lifting the back and head. Walk your hands over towards your left foot, and then twist on both feet so you're facing the top end of your mat now in a lunge pose. Drop that back knee and come down into a low crescent lunge. And we just bring our hands onto that front knee and keep that knee over your ankle, in alignment forwards as well. And we can try a twist here by bringing our hands to heart center, twisting the right elbow over towards that left knee. You can take a gaze behind you if you wish, or wherever you come to is fine. Bring a little twist into it. Another way we can do this is bringing our hand down to the floor and then raising the right arm up to twist this way. And exhale the hand down. So you've now got one hand either side of that front foot. And you can just sink forwards, just bring a stretch out to the hip here, in the front of that thigh. And then rock it all the way back, lifting the front toe to bring a stretch to the back of that front leg. And then take it back forwards, and bring it back the other way. And you're just rocking between the two, stretching out the legs and bringing mobility to the hips, and releasing off the hips. And then come back up into your wide-legged stance. Use your hands to walk yourself round to the opposite foot, pivoting round, dropping that back knee into a runner's lunge, low lunge on this side, sorry. And then just bringing ourselves up, hands onto our knee. And we're going to twist to the right, either by hands at heart centre and twisting this way, or bringing your hand down to the floor, raising up the left arm. And then bringing both hands back down. Allow yourself to sink forwards into that hip and then rock it back, sinking forwards, rocking back, lifting the front toes. Use your hands to try and keep you stable and in a line. And we're just mobilising those hips, stretching out the hamstrings. And then we're going to bring that leg back. So you're on your hands and knees, hands under your shoulders, knees under your hips. And we'll inhale to inhale to cow. And exhale, rounding up into cat. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And on the next exhale, round up into cat and push yourself backwards to child's pose. Bring the knees wider so they're mat width apart, so you're in a wide child's pose. And then you can either walk your hands forwards to be extended, stretching out through the armpits and the shoulders, or if you prefer, come down onto your forearms and be more passive. Again, if you've got blocks or a cushion even, you can just rest your head either way that your arms are. You can have your head resting on a block or a cushion. Or if you want to, you can bring your hands down and rest your head on top of your hands, or even resting your head on the floor. Whichever position's right for you. Just using the inhalations, exhalations. With the exhalations, just think about softening down across your upper back, your shoulders, and also your hips. Of course, you can have the option of doing a wide child's pose using a bolster cushion or a pillow and doing it in a supported way. If you want to do it this way, I would suggest having maybe a minute or so with your head on one side, and then take it across to rest on the other side for the second half. Whichever way you like to do a wide child's pose, just try and let everything go. Try and find that point where you can soften, even if it's just a little, just softening down. And then when you're ready, slowly bring yourself back up to seated. Just bring your feet over to one side so that you have your one heel into your groin, your other leg bent to the outside. We'll inhale our arms up and then exhale, twisting over to that side, bringing your hand onto the outside of that knee. Other fingers are just behind you, just gently supporting you. And as you inhale, you sort of find that length in the spine. And exhale, just inviting chest to twist that little bit more, but only to a comfortable place. Don't over twist. And then bringing that leg round to join the other foot, soles of the feet together into our bound angle pose. And we can bounce, do a butterfly, bouncing our knees up and down. This helps to loosen off the hips. And if you want to inhale, leading forwards with the chest. As you exhale, so just gently fold forwards. And again, just let the shoulders, the upper back, back of the neck, just try and let them soften and relax. More deep breath. And then inhale, coming back up. Now we'll take our feet like we had before, but the opposite way. So this time, your other foot, heel coming into your groin, and this leg bending to this side. Inhale our arms up, and exhale, bringing your hand across to gently twist the opposite way. And then coming back to centre, bringing ourselves back to lying down with our knees bent, relaxing through the shoulders, lifting up your knees so that they're at a right angle, so that your lower legs are perpendicular to the floor. And then just allow your knees to drop over to one side. Your hips will lift up, that's fine. Just take your glance across to the other way. Take a few breaths here. And then using your core, bring your legs back up to centre and allow your knees to roll over to the other side, taking your head across the other way. 3 nice deep breaths here. And then bring them back up to centre and allowing them to just float back down to the floor. And then finding a relaxation position for you. You might like to keep your knees bent and just have the knees, bring your feet out to mat width apart, let the knees gently rest on each other. You might want to straighten the legs out, let feet fall out at the ankles, arms resting down by your sides in Savasana. Adjusting through your neck and shoulders, make sure that you're flat to the floor. And closing the eyes. Bringing our awareness back to the breath. You might like to rest your hands with your fingers open just on your lower ribs, upper abdomen. And just tune into the rise and fall. And you might like to visualize inhaling with a sense of openness, spaciousness within the body and lightness. And exhaling, softening, melting into the mat. Inhaling spaciousness and light. Exhaling, soft and heavy, relaxing down. Feel free to stay in your relaxation pose for as long as you like. Just remember that when you're ready to come up, do so slowly and gently, bringing yourself up to seated. You can roll over onto one side and then bring yourself up to seated. Just take your time. Do it nice and gently and don't rush. I hope you found this session and the previous relaxation sessions nice and restful, bringing about a sense of calm. And remember, many of these poses you can just do 1 or 2 poses and stay in them for 4 or 5 minutes. Then check in with your breathing, do a relaxation. Simple, easy ways that you can help to bring about a sense of calm to your nervous system and release some of the tensions. Namaste.